My childhood traumas are not like yours. You see, I'm a cursed Langmore.
Hey guys, Pete here. I wanted to do a quick Ozark Season 4 Part 2 video today because they did put out a short teaser as a date announcement. There isn't much here, but I did like how they refocused things back on Ruth. You have this mystery of the Byrde's car accident that's hanging over the final episodes. The flash forward they opened the season with. That kind of takes over a lot of the conversation about what's going to happen. And this is here to remind you that Ruth is going to be out for revenge after what happened to Wyatt. In my last video, I said I thought the release date would likely be at the end of April, and that turned out to be true. I thought it made the most sense, and yesterday we found out that Ozark Season 4 Part 2 will drop on April 29th, 2022. The remaining 7 episodes of the series will be available, and we'll learn how this story ends. The teaser is a mix of scenes. Some are from the first part that we've already seen, with some brand new ones mixed in. It has a voiceover from Ruth, which I think is just recycled from Season 2. But I suppose it's possible she's reading this again, and if you're wondering where it came from, this is the letter Wyatt wrote when he was trying to get into college. In the 3rd episode of the 2nd season, Ruth came in and read it to him because she was worried he wasn't taking it seriously, and also because it's dark, if not plain sad or depressing. I thought this was a smart callback because there was a lot of distance between these two characters in Season 3, and this relationship is so important in defining who Ruth is. It underlines all that she's lost since she decided to steal the Byrde's money back in Season 1, and how the association with Marty and his family got us to where we are heading into the ending of the story. In voiceover, we hear her read his words. My childhood traumas are not like yours. You see, I'm a cursed Langmore, long inured to violence and death. And in the case of a Langmore, perhaps not soon enough. There are 2 lines that are omitted from this original letter, but the spirit is the same. As far as what we see in the teaser, most of the early shots are from Part 1. We see Wyatt at the trailer and Ruth driving away after discovering the bodies. There's a new one of crime tape on Darlene's front door, and a shot of Navarro in his jail cell with his door opening. Nothing jumps out here. He looks like he's in the same jumpsuit that he was wearing in the finale, and you can see that his hand still has the bandage on it, so not much time has probably passed. There's a quick shot of Hobby smiling, which I think is new, although it's hard to say what's going on. He might be talking to Claire Shaw here. Then there's one of the more interesting shots. This is the new character, Camila Alessandro, Omar Navarro's sister, Hobby's mother. She's supposed to play a large role in Part 2, and in this shot we see Marty meeting with her in Mexico. Another interesting one has Ruth turning on the light in Darlene's barn, and there's a lot of dope packaged up and ready to go. It's been a question as to what will happen to her property and her poppy farm, and I don't know if Ruth would end up getting control of those. What I hadn't considered though was that there may be a large amount of processed heroin ready to go. In that case, what we see here, someone would have to get rid of all of that, and this would equate to a pretty substantial windfall of cash for Ruth. This makes sense because who else would be able to make this disappear? That might give her something to work with when she sets out to go after Hobby. In the closing shot, Ruth is looking at a handgun on the seat of her truck, and on the screen it says, "The end arrives sooner than you think." So it's an interesting tease, but it is just that, a tease. There's not a lot to go off of. Like I said in my last video, I am interested to see how she goes after Hobby, what that looks like. I think the 2 new characters are the wild cards, Chuck, who we met briefly in Part 1, and Hobby's mother, Camila. It was nice to see a shot of her, and I'd be interested to see how you think these 2 characters will factor into her plans. And I think that's about all there is to say here, so I'll leave it there. Let me know in the comments what you thought about the teaser, the release date, and how you're hoping the series will end. Please like this video if you enjoyed it. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And thanks for watching. I'll talk to you soon.